So guys, new video, and this is actually an easier version of the Giants B10 Perfect AI team. And how this works is pretty much the Julie does enough damage that the Lushen will always third skill. Like you've probably seen it a million times. Galleon, Lushen, they always third skill when the whole wave is pretty much dead, right? It's actually built in the AI, and if you actually do enough damage, you can watch my other videos. Like this is just a build up of like my other videos, but this is for like more of the community too. This is easier to run because the rune requirements are a lot lower, and I'll showcase you a few runes, a few runs, and then I'll showcase the runes, and then I say like about how much you need to actually do enough damage. The only thing you actually need for this is simply a Julie that's max skilled. It's really easy to get this damage actually. It's really easy compared to like the other ones where Julie has to one-shot the wave. It's insanely difficult, but as you see, Lushen will never derp on third skill. We already know from the previous videos, Julie does not derp on the third skill, but if the enemy HP is low enough, Lushen will also not derp. So make use of that advantage, and you can also do the similar thing in Giant or in Dragons, and I'll showcase some runs and some options for that in a second as well. So let's say you're really early player and you do have a Julie, you do have a Lushen, but you don't have twins. What are options to replace the twins? You could do either Linz, Arangs, Crow, anything with like high single target damage. I think even you can get away with like Stella and those kind of units. As long as you do enough damage on the middle boss, it's fine. Another question you might have, you did showcase Sophia in the other Giants run. Why do you show Lauren here? First reason is Lauren is easier to get and you don't have to max skill her. That's a really big reason, because this is focused on more early game players and stuff like that. Also, Lauren will most likely make your run more consistent because she puts the slow debuff. Because what if you don't kill the final boss and he takes a turn, then Sophia might actually not do enough with just the attack bar reduce. Or wait, no, it's just an armor break, it's not even an attack bar reduce. So that's where you do need the attack bar reduce of Lauren to make your run more consistent over Sophia. Actually, Sophia is adding some more damage to the run, but it's not doing too much. If you have a max skilled Sophia, that could work, but it might make your runs inconsistent if you don't do enough damage to kill the boss right away before it gets a turn, and that's where Lauren comes in. That's really good. So we're gonna do one more run and then I'm gonna start showcasing the runes, and these are actually really simple rune requirements. In my set, I must say I have a lot of fight runes, because I just wanted to keep them in there because my twins actually have fight runes. Lushen will run triple fight, you also should do that. Lauren should run triple fight, so you should have at least 6 fight sets. That's how we say 6 in Chinese for some reason. If we count after 5, we count 6. Huh. But yeah, besides that, this should be really easy to get because I'm not joking, my Julie is running a slot 2 speed and a slot 6 HP just to showcase how low the rune requirements are. So it's that simple. All you need is a Julie max skilled, a Lushen max skilled, and then get the correct units. That's all you need. So let's go over the run. So I'm gonna show you one more run, and I'm gonna show you how much damage I do. So Julie does about 2k on the middle units, on the golems. I actually checked, that's around the bare minimum that you need to deal. Like if it deal like 1900, Lushen will not always use his third skill. So I think the edge is around like 2k per hit. Like maybe you can get away with a little bit lower, but the moment you hit 1900, Lushen is not always gonna third skill. So keep that in mind. And later I'll show you how you can actually calculate the amount of damage that you do. So keep in mind I do about 2Ks. So, as I said, I have 9 fight sets plus 33 leads, so that's a plus 105% attack, if I'm not mistaken. So then we check into the runes. Wait, I'm gonna check it from here, that's easier. Yeah, sure, refill, whatever. So the Lushen is triple fight. I made him attack because if you want to have a consistent thing, then you either go full crit rate or you go full attack. So either crit rate and crit damage, but then 100% or like 85% crit rate and some crit damage, or you just go full attack. And this is, well, this is actually a speed just for tuning. Speed, attack, attack, and then some stub stats. It's not the crazy runes. If you need the fight runes just for a week or two, just farm fight runes, farm the Rift Fire, farm the Rift Light, get your fight runes. It's not that difficult, it's worth it. Lauren, make sure she's 100% Aki, because the boss actually, they data mined it has like 150% resistance, so I'm not sure, probably 85 is enough, but at least 85. And then also just speed tuning. Do you need this much speed? No, not at all. You actually only need like 124 speed or 126 speed to outspeed all of the enemy units. As long as all of your units are faster than 124 or 126, super low, with max towers. Keep in mind, everything I say is with max towers. I do have max towers, so if you don't have max towers, calculate in that extra that you're missing from max towers. So with that said, this is just like random tuning that I did. As long as you're faster than 126 with max towers, then you just need the tuning. Like whatever speed I have a lot of speed on, for example, my Julie, but it's just to make her really scuffed and really low on attack and crit damage. So this is the Julie I'm running right now, and it's a speed slot 2. It's not that great runes, it's a filler slot 6 with HP just to make some crit rate. And then these runes are not special at all. These are like really easy to get runes. But keep in mind, I have 6 sets of fight. This one contains a set of fight, and this is quite good runes for the damage. And this has a double set of fight. So if you have, you could easily go like Violent Blade or whatever. And this one also Violent Blade. And then you need to add in more damage from the missing fight sets on your Julie. Pretty much, that's just it. So how much damage are you gonna do? Like, as you know, I like to rune optimize, and I'm gonna showcase you, okay, how much damage do I do with my current setup, and how much damage should you do, or how can you calculate how much damage you should do. So first of all, what you need, I use the Summoners War fandom wikia to get to the Giant's Keep. And here you can actually see how much defense and how much HP the boss has. So I said I deal about 12Ks or like 2Ks. I already have some calculations in here, doesn't matter. So I do about 2,000 times 6, that's about 12,000 if we divide that by this. You see that we do about 80% of the damage on the boss. I think maybe you can get away with like 75% each, but I'm not 100% sure about that before she starts like doing, or she starts doing the third scale always. But if you keep in mind around 2Ks, that's fine. So how do we get to 2Ks damage? So this is the defense that the golems have. That defense, yes. We go to the rune optimizer. This is already my Julie. So where you get this, well, this is like a whole bunch of stuff in here, doesn't matter. The moment you import it, you go to monsters, you type in Julie, you go to damage, and then it's pretty much set up like this. So you select 1000 shots, you do max, and this is actually my Julie normally, and she does about 2.5Ks, and I have in this setup normally I think like 33 plus, I think it's 105 in total, so I do 3.2Ks, and that will one-shot those units without attack buff, without defense break. 100% crit rate. 100% crit rate is a must. I think so, because yeah, I think it's a must. Like, let's say there's an option where your Lushen or like your Julie makes one of the units low enough HP and the other not, and therefore your Lushen will still trigger on that one unit that's low enough HP. You could get away with lower crit rate, probably. I didn't test this, but theoretically that should work if you have lower crit rate as well. So the defense, I already popped that one in. Normally it's like 800, and you can actually see the big difference, like in defense, how much defense carries in your damage. It's an insanely big amount. So let's go to my Julie. How much do I have right now? I have 211, and I'm so lazy and I don't want to do it wrong. So I have this plus this, 1553, and I should do about 2Ks. Simple as that. I think they have some damage reduction, or do they? Do they have some damage reduction? Well, it doesn't matter. It kind of looks like it's already like kind of... It looks fine. Like I do a little bit less damage than this. Keep that in mind. It has some damage reduction, so it's not that accurate. But this is a decent way to calculate it. If you can get like with this setup, and you probably have like a lot more attack because you have attack, crit damage, attack. I literally have no attack on slot 2 and slot 6. Again, you do not need that much speed, as I just showed. You could get away with like 140 speed as long as the speed tuning is matched. So if you can get 2k damage in this, you can run this. Keep in mind, I have more fight sets than you do probably. Let's say you have 6 fight sets, so there's a 33 lead from Lushen, plus, and then 6 times 8, that's 48, plus the 33 is 81. Boop, boop, and 81, that's gonna be a little bit less. You see that? Well, then if you, let's say, add an attack slot, you go up here, let's say a little bit more, you need something like this. So that's all you need. This is really easy stats to get, so try it out if you can get it. Free rune removal is coming up in a week because it's currently like the 2nd of February, so look it up. And then, wait, is that the 2nd? It's the 2nd. Huh. Okay, so look that up and see if you can do that. So I already showed the runes. I'm gonna show you 1 or 2 more runs. So what are the key things that you need? A Julie max guild. B, a Lushen max guild. C, enough fight sets. D, a Lauren, an extra Lauren probably. And then E, you need damage dealers. You probably already have twins run because everyone runs twins, and you can easily use those. I would recommend you to use twins over Lins and stuff like that because they're more derpy, and if the twins actually derp, they still do a lot of damage, whereas Lins, if they derp, they do a lot less damage. Technically, it's not going to be your fastest run, it's going to be your most consistent run. That's what I'm looking for. That's why Lauren over Sophia, and also because that's easier. So how to translate this to dragons? Let's see, Dragon's Lair. I'm gonna add in exactly the same team. Let's see what happens. So we have the Lushen and the Lauren. Speed tuning is fine. Exactly same team. Let's see what happens. Easy, right? Easy. Rune requirements on this one is even lower, as you can see. Is this the most optimal team for dragons, you would ask? No, it's not. No, it's not. Not at all, actually. I will show you the more optimal team for dragons, but this video is mainly focusing on giants, actually. And you do have an issue with the final boss, probably. However, Lauren does S2 and actually remove the immunity from the dragon, so this run will actually work. You can use exactly the same team and it's not slow. It's not slow at all. This is a lot better than just using Lushens. As you can see, perfect AI on the Lushen as well because the Julie does enough damage. Simple as that. Okay, Lauren did miss an attack debuff there. So as I said, is this the most optimal team? No, it's not, because that actually hurts and now you might die. Yeah, we do die. So is this the most optimal team? No, it's not. Well, we missed an armor break, so that, or like an attack bar. No, the immunity strip. So is that the most optimal team? No, it's not. Let me change some runes and I'll get back to you in a sec. Power of editing. Speed order should be the Julie, Shaina, Sabrina, Talia. So this should be a more consistent run, and it's using the same principle where Julie doesn't do enough damage, but Shaina actually finishes it. However, Shaina does not do that much damage that she will always finish it with skill 2. Because Shaina's skill 2 is a lot weaker than the Lushen's skill 3. So in this case, you would need to up As you can see here, you need a lot more damage on the Shaina to actually make it work. She already does the second skill, but it's not enough damage yet, and this is why you need a also what I lack here is I removed Lauren. Lauren actually gave 3 more fight sets. That gap of the 3 fight sets makes that Shaina does not do enough damage. Would you add in another damage dealer unit here that has 3 fight sets, would make that easier possible. However, that's probably not the most optimal as well. You just want to add some more damage to your Julie. Let's just give in some... Do we have something that's just a lot more crit damage? No, not Swift. Anything? Just adding in some more damage, some scuffed runes. I know, I don't care about my mana. So, homework assignment for you guys. Find out how much damage you need to do on this one. Well, actually, you already know that's enough. You just need enough damage that the Shaina skill 2 will actually kill. And that's why you just need to up the damage of Shaina, because you already see Shaina actually already does enough damage. It's just that the Julie doesn't, plus the Shaina don't do enough damage to actually kill something. Like when she doesn't crit, she doesn't kill. So add in 100 crit rate. Add in more damage for your Julie. Simple as that. Those kind of things. Like, what if I don't have all of the twins? Yeah, you're kind of fucked. But that's pretty much like the principles for these kind of videos. So again, this will easily work. I just have to add in more damage. Let me show you. Let's actually go. Let's not troll. Let's not int. And let's give her a slot 6 attack. Slot 6 attack. We could get away with lower crit rate. Doesn't even matter. And this will not be enough to one-shot it. See? Fixed. Easy fix. And these are actually low rune requirements. As you can see, I'm still using a slot 2 speed, and that's not necessary at all. That is not necessary at all. Still not enough. You get the point. I'm still using a slot 2 speed. I can use, let's go for a slot 2 attack. Let's add that one in. As you can see, boss barely takes a second turn. You have 4 units that are water, so they can probably survive 2 hits as well. You can add in some shield sets maybe on the twins, if you like that for Necro anyways. Mine are not on violent right now. If they proc once, they already kill the boss and stuff. Okay. Let's add in an attacker. Attack. No, wait. Attack, speed. Something like this. And then the speed tuning is completely ruined. So we need to add in some more speed on this slot as well. Yeah, it should work. As long as the speed tuning works, it's fine. Wait, that's the wrong team. Haha, I'm trolling. So this should then work. As you can see, missing a critter. These units are actually non-element, so if Julie does miss a crit, Shaina has to deal more damage, and I think that's the main issue right now. Because as you see, the left unit was higher HP than the middle unit, so actually 100% crit rate is more important for this one. But that's just about it. Just add a little bit more stats, and especially the Giants one is really easy on the rune requirements if you just add in a shit ton of fight sets. That's all there is. I used a slot 2 speed, slot 6 HP, and I still did enough damage. Because the Lushen actually deals a lot of damage as well. And also for this one, apparently I was overestimating it, but 100% crit rate is kind of necessary. 100% crit rate makes things a lot more consistent, so try to focus for that. So probably just going for like an offset blade will help you. Can you do this with Fatal as well? Yes, you can, totally. You just need the damage. Can you do this with triple blade? Yes, you can. Can you do double blade broken? Yes, you can. You don't have to, like, if you never focused on Necro and you don't have any rage sets, do anything that gives you damage. Use the rune optimizer. Don't pinpoint the actual rune sets, just try to get enough damage. You can even do triple broken, no one cares. If you deal enough damage, that's good. Probably it's easier with Fatal and Rage and Blade, yes, but for some accounts like mine, my best set is actually a Rage Broken and not a Rage Blade. Simply as like that. So do what works for you. Don't do what's meta, don't do what's other people say you to do what fits for your account. That's what I always say for like ruining anything, do what fits your own account. This is where I missed a couple of critters, and that's where it didn't work, so 100% crit rate is important, guys. And I think that's enough of me talking already for this video. That's about it. Hope you enjoyed the video. This is a lot easier than the other two methods, so if you felt like the other two methods, like, yeah, cool, but I can't do this shit, I don't have the rune quality, this is a lot easier. Keep in mind, I do have max towers. If you're like an earlier game player, you might not have that. Keep those things in mind. Actually, the rune optimizer does calculate with the towers that you have currently. You have a setting for that, so when it's imported, it also imports your towers, and it actually knows how much damage you deal with the towers you have. I'm currently not in a guild. That's also a change. You can also set in that you're in when you're in a guild, you can change that the setting that you deal extra damage for being in a guild, for the guild buff, stuff like that. So keep those things in mind, and that was it. Enough ranting and talking for me right now. So Seiishizo here. Peace out.